I always wondered if I made a program that could code itself, would it work and would it be possible? Now that we live in a world where AI is just insane and accessible to all of us, I want to try it. I want to give myself 24 hours in my busy schedule and just try and see what happens if I try to create a program that can program itself and edit its own code.
OpenAI, the same company responsible for releasing ChatGPT, released an API for developers and testers to access OpenAI's chat model with test programs and other digital designs. So using that same API, I'm going to take coding instructions provided by the user from my program, send it to a version of ChatGPT, in this case GPT 3.5 Turbo, through their website. And then normally the generated prompt will look like this, but we don't want all the extra text. And so we generate only the code and paste it directly into the Python file, ideally giving us code that should function flawlessly.
Ultimately, updating its own code. So, technically speaking, this was done in a few minutes. But, with testing and everything, and for me to understand everything, it took a little longer than that.
I was able to make the program in a few minutes using ChatGPT. I asked it to make me a program that would be able to code itself based off user input. It will be able to analyze, edit, and update the code, then repaste it, test it, then update the code, and it continues each time the user adds a prompt or something. I copy the code that ChatGPT gave me, open the text editor, and I paste it in here. After a little bit of tweaking, we had the first version of our program running. In that adds a number, then another number of my choice, and it should create it. And there you go, just like that, it just added it.
But then how much more can we get this thing to update itself? Like, what are we really trying to achieve here?
In theory, in order to create a program that has the ability to continuously update itself, apart from the initial setup, we would need a way for our program to know what specific criteria it should follow for updating itself. So, for example, I would like if my program would update itself based on my computer activities. What do I like to do? How could it make tasks easier for me? And what features could it make to make my user experience efficient on my device? In this scenario, the program would be creating and redesigning features on my device that cater to me fully automatically. Since the program will always be created for my benefit, it wouldn't make sense to ever create a program that avoids all human interactions. So it would have the ability to update itself, but it would still be collecting human data. Meta has a model called STE, also known as Self-Taught Evaluator, and it can update itself by combining self-supervised learning with reinforcement learning in order to evaluate and improve its own performance continuously. My bad for the lighting. It's pretty bad in here, but I'm in a dorm room. So when people want to train or teach an AI evaluator, they normally collect a lot of opinions from a large group of people. After seeing so many examples of what people like or don't like, the AI evaluator starts to understand what makes a response good or bad, and then it gets better at checking its own answers. This self-updating ability allows STE to refine its predictions and decisions over time, making it adaptive and capable of evolving based on new information and experiences all on its own. Allegedly. I didn't do enough research to be talking about this like this. So, artificial neural networks learn from labeled training data by iteratively updating their parameters to minimize the defined loss function. This method allows the network to generalize unseen data. Just to wrap it up, we're going to answer the question, can AI update itself? Yes, AI can update itself without human input, but within 24 hours, I absolutely cannot create a program that has the ability to update its own code with any user input apart from the core function or the core program itself. Appreciate you guys staying around till the end and watching the video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and check out the next video that it recommends you. Or don't. I don't know. But y'all have a good one. Her phone died.